All right. Welcome to day 11 of the Daily Warrior Ritual Challenge. So today is all about continue, please. Okay. Continue implementing your new daily routine. So if you're so far have been following the daily um the schedule of this challenge, this not necessarily continuing. Well, it's still pretty new if you're just, if you're on day 11, regardless of if you've been following along. But um, I wanted to address speaking in the present tense instead of speaking like I will do something or I like something that's not something. Speaking anything other than in present tense will not be beneficial, because if you're speaking in a context of it something that can be brought to you in the future, that means you're not speaking of it now. And when you realize that the past is no longer here and the future is not here yet, it's because you'll never be in the past nor the future. You'll always be present. So when you start bringing those things forth into the present, it will become your reality in the present tense or in the present moment once it comes. And that will be considered, I guess, the future if you're thinking back. It's kind of confusing, but bear with me. Um, so, speaking in the present tense actually helps you activate the law of assumption. And there's many publications, many blog posts, many videos on YouTube, and I implore you to look them up. But understanding the law of assumption is essentially speaking something that you're not speaking something into your reality that may not be here at that moment in time. So assuming something to be so. So, for example, you're utilizing the words I am, and this helps align you with your desired future and the potential alignment of where you want to be. So instead of saying this is where you will be, say this is where you are now. So you're speaking it into your present moment. Um, so let's say, for instance, you're utilizing the I am. So let's say you want to lose 50 pounds and you're at the weight of 180. So instead of saying, I will lose 50 pounds or something to that effect, you'll say, whatever your desired weight is, I am 130 pounds. So, yeah, you may not be 130 pounds, but I just learned this trick. I believe it was either Dr. Joe Dispenza or it could have been Neville Goddard. Um, But I heard this from someone else, and they were like, speak whatever it is that you want now, even if you don't see it now, and you utilize. It could have been Greg Braden. It could have been him as well. Speak what it is that you want into your existence, into your present moment, and you utilize all five senses. You got to feel it, taste it, touch it, and all the other senses, and bring it into your present moment with your visualization. How does it feel to be able to be that 130 pounds? What is it that you're wearing? What is it that you're eating? What is it that you're touching? What is it that you're smelling? What is it that you're looking at? Utilize those five senses to bring forth the imagination, and utilizing that imagination into what it is that you're trying to bring forth. So you're saying you're utilizing the I am in the present moment and utilizing those aspects because our subconscious mind does not understand sarcasm, and it's not going to be like, oh, you're being sarcastic, you're not that weak, so that's not you. That's not true. Your subconscious mind does not realize that you that's not where you're at right now, but it's going to direct you into that if you are consistent with utilizing this. And this is just an example, so you can have a visual of what I'm speaking about. So you utilize I am 130 pounds and or I am healthy. And I would say utilize both of those affirmations because, you can definitely lose the weight, but if it's not something that's healthy or in a way could be that should be utilized in a healthy way, you could wind up losing that 50 pounds in a in a way that could be potentially detrimental to your health, well-being, and your mind state and your mental state. So I would be very careful of wanting to utilize the law of assumption no matter what. Be cautious of how you utilize your words when you're working towards manifesting the the life the lifestyle into existence, because it will bring forth however it can into your present moment. And it's kind of like a genie in a bottle. So let's say, for instance, you know how, like, if you watch the movie Aladdin with Will Smith, um, that it came out a few years ago. It's not that recent, but regardless, it came out, and you see how Aladdin, he would wish for something and he would literally get exactly what that is. You have to be mindful of what it is that you're speaking about, because you'll get it, but you may not get it in the way that you expected it. So speak your expectations into your affirmations in the present moment. So if you want to lose that 50 pounds, you utilize the I am healthy, I am working, like, say I am you healthy in my mind, body, and spirit. I am, speaking those affirmations into yourself so they could vibrate into your cells, so it could all catch on and it could start, working and helping you move towards that alignment of possibilities that's just waiting for you to capture it. So um, it also helps you focus. It helps your focus to the present moment. So utilizing and being in the present moment helps you focus yourself. And it can also increase your belief and conviction in your desired outcomes, um, as well as motivate you to take action towards your goals. So let's say, for instance, again with the losing weight, like, you're saying that you are, and you're feeling it, and like, and as you're feeling it, you're utilizing that adrenaline to to move forward with taking action and utilizing your mindset of, let's say, for instance, you're feeling pumped. I would recommend you record yourself Record yourself in those moments of feeling inspired to keep moving, and record yourself in that moment and tell yourself in the future. Let's say, for instance, speak to yourself in the present moment and, like, I'm pumped, I got this, like, you know, I could really change the world and my world, no matter how much I feel like things may not be going my way. I could still do whatever it takes to bring forth the world that I want to live in. And, utilizing that and recording that for yourself for future reference. So for the days where you're just not feeling like wanting to get up, so you need that extra boost. And when you hear yourself speaking to yourself, you start to rewire how you think about things. And this is what Dr. Joe Dispenza speaks about: rewiring, reprogramming our neurons from old habits and shifting them to from old habits to new habits. And you're breaking links from what it is that it used to do to something new. And when you start taking action towards it, it builds that new link. And after, I would say, 21 days, you just created a new habit. That normally, 21 days helps you form a new habit, but 90 days, it changed your whole lifestyle. So although this is a 30-day challenge, I implore you to move this forward from 30 days to push it to 60 days. And then once you can push it from 60 days to another 30 more days, there you go, your whole 90 days of starting and creating and cultivating your whole lifestyle. And after that 90 days, I implore you to push on another 30 days and then another 30 days and another 30 days. And you just keep on doing it until you hit a whole year. And by then, analyze where you were a year ago to that from that moment in the year ago, and compare and contrast where you were to where you are at that moment. And again, speak in present tense of the things that you want to bring forth. Anything you don't want anymore, you speak it into the past and leave it in the past. And anything that you want moving forward, you speak it into the present. um, Again, I hope this helps. As far as your affirmations, again, speak them into the present moment. And anything you do not want, you leave it in the past, you speak it into the past. And another great tip would be, let's say you want to cut your ties of anything that may not align with you anymore. Um, you could visualize like a string or a cording or some type of cord, or maybe you need a physical string, and you utilize scissors. You're cutting the chain of what used to be something that you did, or something that is holding you back, and you're cutting that cord, or you're cutting that string that held you to whatever is not serving you anymore. So you're cutting the cords. So that's one way you can utilize cutting um, off whatever is not serving you. And you speak those in the present, the past tense. Whatever is not serving you, you speak it into the past. And whatever you want to manifest into your life, you speak that in present tense. So you're essentially quantum leaping into whatever it is that you want to bring forth into your present. Essentially, it'd be your future, but just not to confuse ourselves, we'll just speak it into the present, regardless of it not being here. You may not see it at that present moment, but if you're visualizing it's in your mind. That means it's coming. Um, so okay. I hope that helps. I hope that wasn't confusing. If it was, I'll go over it again if requested. Um, but again, this was day 11 of the Daily Warrior Ritual Challenge, and I'll speak to you all in day 12. Know thyself, love thyself, and I'll speak to you all in day 12.